We are going to discuss Python strings. So string is nothing but sequence of characters, and these characters can be of lowercase alphabets, uppercase alphabets, digits and some special characters. A string is a sequence of characters, and string can contain alphabets, digits and special characters. Computers do not deal with the characters. Computer convert them into numbers, that is a binary number system. That means each and every character will be represented in the form of zeros and ones. Even though we may see characters on our screen, internally it is being stored and manipulated as combination of zeros and ones in the binary representation. This conversion of character to a number is called encoding, and the reverse process is known as decoding. So encoding means from character to the binary representation, and decoding means from the binary representation to the character generation. So ASCII and Unicode are some of the very popular encoding techniques which we use. So for this better idea on the Python strings, so let us go for practical demonstration right now. In Python, string means sequence of characters. So let us define that what are the different ways to define a string in Python. So this is way number one. That means here this welcome has been enclosed within single quotes. So if we go on printing this my str1, I'm getting this welcome here. Here welcome is enclosed within double quotes. Here welcome is enclosed within triple single quotes. So in this way we are getting this welcome got printed. Now here we're having this triple double quote rather. Also you can use as triple single quote, so that is not an issue. So print my str3, it will go on printing, that is welcome to the world of Python programming. So triple quotes string can extend multiple lines. So in place of this single double quote, if we can put a single triple quote here, then what will be the outcome? Are you going to get any change in the outcome in that case? So let me go for execution. I'm finding that I'm getting the same output as I got earlier. So accessing characters in a string. So here my str is equal to language, and then I printed this my str here. So language has got printed, and then I'm retrieving the character at the 0th index. So I shall retrieve this L. So L has got printed. Now -1, that means from the back where this particular E is having the index -1, and from the front this E will have the index that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we print here 7, if we just I'm just printing here once again, so you can find that. So in the both cases I shall be getting this E has got printed as 7 or -1. So -1 means there is a starting character index from the tail of the string. So next one is 1 to 5. That means index number 1, 2, 3 and 4, because 5 will be always exclusive. The stopping in index number will be always exclusive. So 1 to 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we are mentioning this 1 and 5, they have got separated by this colon. So that is my 0. So 0 I'm not going to take. So there is a character at the position index 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've taken this ANGU, and you see we're getting this output like this. So now here we're having this 4 colon minus 2. Sorry, 5 colon minus 2. So there is a 5 here. So I'm going to take this one as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we're having this one as 5 here. So now we're having this one as -2. So that is -1, -2. You know that we'll be taking this stopping index as exclusive. So I'll be remaining with this A only. So A has got printed. So that means 5 colon -2 means from the 5th character and to the -3 character. So -3 means this is my -1, this is the -2, and this is the -3. So that's why A has got printed. So but if I make this one as 4, then obviously we're getting the output like this. So that is UA in that case. Now here you see this 10, the index 10 is not present here, because this language is having we are having say 8 characters. So index will be ranging from 0 to 7. So 10 index is not a valid one. So if I want to access the 10th character, so character at the 10th index, so we are getting this index error. So string index out of range. So that is the error message we are getting here. Okay, now we're going for this.
So here we have defined this language. So strings are immutable, that means they cannot be changed, but the different strings can be assigned to the string object. So if we print this mystr, I'm getting this language. But if you want to update, if you want to put another new string to this mystr in the same variable, that is allowed. But if you want to update the third character of the string, that is not allowed, as it is immutable. So there is a type error, and str object does not support item assignment. So that is there is the error message we are getting, and there is the error name is type error. Next one, we are going for the concatenation of the string, and that can be done using plus. So mystr1 and mystr2 containing welcome and one blank space and then to all. So now when they are going for the concatenation, I'm getting the outcome this one. So welcome to all. This blank space is essential because otherwise this welcome and to will not have any separation. So they will get concatenated side by side. So now here we are having this, that is my mystr start 3. So what will happen? Mystr start 3. So what will happen? This particular mystr will be occurring for mystr1 will be occurring for 3 times. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So in this way we are going to get the required formed string. So we can do the string concatenation either using star or using the plus operators. Now we are going to discuss, so plus and star both I have discussed. Now iterating through a string here. So letter count is equal to 0. So for letters in hello world, if the letter is equal to L, so now letter count is plus equal to 1. So what will happen? So I shall go on counting the number of occurrences of L, this very character. So that's why each and every time the for loop will pick up one character at a time, and that will be put in the letters. So if letters is equal to L, then letter count will be increased by 1, and after exiting from the indentation you are getting this idea that this print is outside of the for loop. So letter count will be printed accordingly. So if you go on executing, I'm getting that 3 times L letter has been found here. Now we are going for the string membership. So L in hello, so L in hello will return true, L not in hello will return false, B in hello will return false, B not in hello will return true here. Built-in functions, so we are having this university, and then we shall go for the enumerate. So list enumerate mystr. So what will happen? It will go on forming this enumeration. So at first it will put the respective index, and then we are having the respective character here. So in this way we are having this index 0 u, index 1 n. In this way we are having this index 9. Why? Because university is having 10 characters, so index will be ranging from 0 to 9, and in this way you are getting it. So here you see we are forming a list. We are forming a list because we are just converting it to a list, and then the members are nothing but the tuples. The members are nothing but the tuples because they have got separated by commas and they have got enclosed within first brackets. So they are the simple tuples, and list of tuples we are getting here, and length of mystr will be 10 accordingly. And here we have used the method that is the enumerate. Now we shall deal with this single quote and double quote. So what we shall do, that let us suppose I'm going to print this one. So when I'm going to print this one, it is producing one error. Why error? Because there is a double quote, there is one double quote, so it will take this double quote at the terminating as a terminating double quote. So that's why it is causing error here. And also this what, you see, it is telling that invalid syntax because the quotes are not matching. So quotes are not balanced. So to write the statement here, to write this string getting printed on the output, we can go for this. So what we are doing, we are enclosing it within triple single quotes, and this particular string is still within double quotes. So now you see we are getting the outcome like this. Otherwise we can enclose the main string within single quotes and putting this one as the double quotes, and here this particular single quote is there, and we are going for the escape character. So that is a slash single quote, and which will be known as the escape quotes, the escape single quotes. So whenever we are going to print, it will print the respective only this single quote here. So now we are having this escaping single quote. So now we are enclosing, we are doing the reverse actually. Here we have put this single quote as the outer one and double quotes as the inner one. But if you go for the double quotes as the outer one and single quotes as the inner one, then obviously this single quotes will get printed here. Otherwise, we can go for this. That means we can escaping double quotes. That means we are going for this slash double quote. So here this double quote will be treated as a character, not the beginning of the ending of a string. So that's why we are going for the escaping double quotes. So when the string will get printed, so slash double quote will be printed as only a double quote, and slash double quote will be printed as only a single double quote. And here we are having this single quote is there, so that will not cause any problem. So in this way, the string can be printed in varieties of ways. So either using triple quotes or using escaping the single quotes, escaping the single quotes once again, and then escaping the double quotes once again. Next we are going for this. So here you see there is a print I want to make it printed. So whenever we are having double slash, it will print as single slash here. You can find we are printing this one as a single slash, but actually in the string we are having the double slash. So print this is having a new line, that is a slash n. So what will happen? It will go to the next line. We're having this slash t, that is a tab, so there is a separated is there for 8 characters. And then we can also write in this way, that is slash x41. So f41 will be treated as in hexadecimal. So what is the decimal value against this 41? So 4 into 16 to the power of 1, that is 64, plus 1 into 16 to the power of 0, that is 1. So 64 plus 1, that is 65. Which character is having this ASCII code 65? That is our capital A. So it is similarly we are having this capital B. Similarly we are having this capital C. So this ABC will be there. So in this way we can also print the respective string. We are having this format. So default order is equal to, so now here you see these are the different placeholders we are having. Dot format. So today will be coming to this, is will be coming to this, and Sunday will be coming to this placeholder. So here we are having this default order. If you go on printing, I'm getting the output like this one. So today is and Sunday. So we are getting this today is and Sunday. So today is coming to this, is coming to this. So they are maintaining the order. That is the default implicit order. And here we are using this format method. So order using positional argument. So here this is my argument number 0, argument number 1, argument number 2. So the positional arguments, the numbering will be something like this. So here mentioning the argument positional number here. So that is the, so 1 means today will be coming down. So 0 means is will be coming down here, and Sunday will be coming down to this particular placeholder during the output. So you can find that today is and Sunday. So ordered using keyword argument. So here you can mention this one, I as is equal to is, T as is equal to today, and S is equal to Sunday. So here you are mentioning the respective keyword arguments there. So that is TIS, and we are getting the output like this one. So that is another way to print our string. Formatting numbers. So here you see we are having this format 20. So 20 is only one argument is there. So it is the argument position number is 0. So we are printing here 0, and here we are printing 0 but in the binary format. So what will be the outcome in that case? So 20 will be printed along with this 20 in the binary form. That is 16 plus 4, and that is our 20. So now we are having this formatting floats. We can go for this formatting. So now we are having this 0. That means this particular number is going to get printed, and that will be printed in this exponentiation format. And now we are having this 1 by 3, and we are going to print this one. There is a positional argument number 0, and then colon, there is a decimal point 3f. So after the decimal point we'll be going to have our 3 decimal digits. We're having this particular strings, and we are having the string methods. There is a lower, upper, find, and we are having replace. So in case of lower, all the string characters will be converted to the lowercase. In case of upper, all the string characters will be converted to the uppercase irrespective of the initial case here. So find 2. So this 2 will be found at the 13th index. So let me go on counting here. So that is our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And from the 13th index, this 2 is beginning, so that's why I'm getting here 13. But if you go on searching this 2, all this T and O in the lowercase, you may not get a match because it is a case sensitive find. So as a result of that, it will give me the outcome as -1, means unsuccessful searching. So replace all by everybody and replace all by everybody. Now here you see if you consider the case sensitivities, you are getting a match, so all will be replaced by everybody. But here this all is written all in lowercase, so ALL. So everybody cannot replace it. So because there is no match has been observed using this replace method. So in this way, we have discussed that how to operate with the string and what are the different string methods and operations can be carried out in this session. Thanks for watching this video.